Welcome to the Accountant-Centric Features in QuickBooks Premier 2012 webinar. Many accounting professionals are drawn to QuickBooks Premier 2012 to support and keep their clients. What many accounting professionals may not realize is in addition to the great end-user features, there are many tools included within QuickBooks Premier 2012 that are designed at helping accountants do their jobs more efficiently. Today we are going to have a look at the great features available in QuickBooks Premier 2012. These features will make your lives easier, delight clients, and most importantly, save time. The first feature that I will be discussing today with you is called Client Data Review. This feature is going to be discussed first because on average it could save you up to 4 hours per client per month. It was created to help accountants find and clean up typical data entry errors made by clients rather than trying to search for them manually. To access this, I would do the following. I'd simply select Accountant, Client Data Review, and then select Client Data Review again. I would then reach the following menu. As you can see, I have lots of tools and reports available. These go from account balances, down to chart of accounts, down to write-off invoices. Each section, you'll notice, has a drop-down box. This explains the status. For example, not started, in progress, completed or not applicable. I even have a review note section. What I can then do is print, save as a PDF, audit trail of review, or finally, mark review completion. The whole purpose of this is the fact that you can review, find, and quickly fix common data entry errors. I'm not going to demonstrate all the tools in Client Data Review, but one that I think is sure to come in handy is called Reclassify Transactions. This allows you to change incorrect account postings all at once in a batch instead of the way we had to do it before, which was one transaction at a time. So let's use an example. I've noticed that one of my clients has posted all the utilities to office expense instead of utilities. To reclassify this, I would simply select Reclassify Transactions. I would then select the account on the left-hand side. What I would then see is the current transactional details. I can then pick out the ones that have been posted incorrectly. I would simply choose these transactions and then enter the account at the bottom of the screen. I would then choose Utilities. However, also at this point, I can add or edit a class as well. Once I've made the selections, I would hit Reclassify. All the transactions you wanted to reclassify have now been moved in a batch to the new General Ledger account. This one feature alone will save you a lot of time. Additionally, another one to call your attention to is Troubleshoot Prior Account Balances tool. This tool allows you to compare your previously verified trial balance figures to the balances in the client's account for the same period. To access this tool, I would select Troubleshoot Prior Account Balances on the main page. For the first review that you perform with this feature, there are no balances in the accountant's record for a prior review period. You must enter these balances manually using information that you have from your last review. After the first review, the balances are saved. When you complete the client data review, for example, mark the review as complete. From the second review forward, you will not have to enter any balances manually. QuickBooks will compare those to the balances in the client file for the same time period and tell you if there is a discrepancy. Then you can choose to either investigate the discrepancy and correct it manually, or you can choose to have QuickBooks create a journal entry for you. This is a very powerful feature that will no doubt save you a lot of time when dealing with client files that you maybe only see once or twice a year. Our next feature that we're going to have a look at is called Toggle. Accountants using QuickBooks Premier 2012 often need to see the same interface that their client sees when they are using a different version of QuickBooks. I'm sure we've all been on a phone call with a client when, for example, they are discussing a feature in QuickBooks Simple Start, and you want to be able to see exactly what they are seeing. QuickBooks Premier 2012 now allows you to toggle to another version of QuickBooks. Let me now show you how to complete that process. To complete Toggle, I would select File. I would then select Toggle to another edition. I would then select either QuickBooks Pro or QuickBooks Simple Start. I'm going to select QuickBooks Simple Start today and press Next. I can then press Toggle. As you can then see, it converts into QuickBooks Simple Start for me. This may take a moment or two to configure. While this is reconfiguring, now is a great time to advise you that there is a user guide which accompanies this webinar. The user guide covers all the features, for example Toggle, which I will discuss today, along with handy step-by-step instructions and picture displays from QuickBooks Premier 2012. We encourage you to download the handbook and also to share it with your office staff so they can be more efficient too. Once I enter in my password and select OK, I will then be taken to the main page of QuickBooks Simple Start. As I confirmed earlier, I can see exactly what my client is seeing to be able to help them as effectively as possible. When I need to return to QuickBooks Premier 2012, I would simply do the same process. I would select File, Toggle to another edition, select Premier Accountant Edition, select Next, and select Toggle. The Toggle tool will then take me back to my Premier Accountant Edition. This is a great feature that will help you support your clients and save you time in the long term by helping them over the phone to resolve any issues that they may have. That feature that we've just had a look at is called the Toggle function. Once I enter in my password and select OK, you'll then notice I'll be back on the main screen of QuickBooks Premier 2012. The next section that I'd like to show you is called Multi-Instance. Until now, you could only open one company data file at a time. Multi-Instance allows the user to have two files open at the same time. So for example, as you can see on my screen, I already have my construction company file open. I now maybe want to open up my restaurant company. I would therefore complete the following. I'd select File, Open Second Company, and I then have a selection of the different companies that I want to open. I'm going to select my restaurant company and select Open here. I then need to enter in my password, and I'll then be taken to the main home page of my restaurant company. You'll notice in the bar at the top there, it has the name of my company and then in brackets secondary. Likewise, if I go back to my construction company, it will have primary. This is a really great feature if you're working on one company and quickly need to access a second one to review information. Let's now have a look at adjusting general journal entries.